Hello. How you guys doing? If you hear talking in the background, my neighbors are outside. How was everybody's day today? Mine was pretty good. Confirmation. Speaking of car horn, I drove quite a bit today. Went to a work meeting, which was fun. The person that I was meeting, somebody that I work with frequently but doesn't work for the same company I work with. So, yeah, it was nice. I think we got lost in conversation, lost track of time. We ended up being there for like over 2 hours just talking about not even work, just, I don't know. I love when that happens. Like, you're enjoying somebody's company so much and the conversation so much that you just lose track of time, you know? Let's see if I can pull cards quicker than I usually do. Okay, let's do it. Oh, see? I just didn't talk, and here we go. Okay. All right, well, that was fast. It's not even 3 minutes into the video. I've already pulled 3 cards. It's crazy. All right. So, like I did in yesterday's video, I'm going to show you the cards that I got. And then I'm going to cut the video after I've sat with them for a while, figured out what message is coming through, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? Alright, so I have the 4 of Cups, which is weird because in yesterday's video, this card made an appearance. Four of Cups. The 6 of Swords. And everyone's favorite card. Not really. The Devil card. which I know seems like a scary card, but it's all love at the end of the day. There's light and there's dark in the world. Anyways, so I'll be right back. Okay. So I sat with cards for a while. This message also feels pretty heavy. So I'll go through each card one by one, and then we'll kind of just put it all together. So this card right here is about discontentment. She's looking out into this plain field with a look on her face like, what the heck? Just unsatisfied. Meanwhile, behind her, there's this magic happening. She's totally missing it. She just looked the other way and acknowledged she would see that there's happiness over here. This card, which seems scary, is really just pointing to addictions, attachments, anything in our lives that keeps us down. And by going there and acknowledging these things that are keeping you down, you're able to change those things. Accept those parts of yourself that maybe for your whole life you just hated a piece of yourself for whatever reason. Somebody in your life at one point made you feel bad, you know. You just learn to accept those parts of you, or your bad behaviors, addictions, how you maybe treat other people sometimes. You know, acknowledging those things, doing the work, confronting yourself, figuring out what isn't love, bringing those to light. And then we have the Six of Swords, which swords is like thoughts. And the Six of Swords is realizing your situation, where your mind goes, your thoughts, things like that. And realizing that it's not really working for you. Look at all this crazy water around her. It's not really working anymore. There's these birds right here with a string, and they're kind of just carrying her out of the troubled waters. I noticed in this card too, there's like a hand holding this cup right here. Almost like, here, look. Look what I have to offer you. A cup full of magic. You just have to look this way to see it. To know it's there. Instead of focusing on all this. Instead of focusing on addictions and attachments and things that you don't have. She's looking over here at all this and going, why is nothing working out for me? Because she's holding on to all of this, right? She just refuses to do the work. Somebody could come in with the ultimate offer of love and she wouldn't even notice. Because she's too focused. Ooh, wrong card. She's too focused over here. But I feel like everybody well, maybe not everybody, but I feel like a person has to reach a point of enough is enough. I'm tired of being unhappy with my life. I'm tired of feeling like I have no love around me. I'm tired of looking out and seeing other people enjoying their lives. Something is missing. You have to grow tired of that enough to be like, you know what? I'm actually gonna figure out what the heck is going on here. Instead of just continuing on that path, on and on and on. So then you go within. And you bring your darkness to light. I actually want to read this, the quote for this card is actually, I like it a lot. Let me read it to you. It says, "In the darkness, I am free to heal everything." So I feel like people see this card and they're just like, oof. Kind of like they are when things come up that aren't so great. You're just like, oof, I don't like that. And that's kind of the feeling you get when this card comes up. It's like, oof. But it gives us the opportunity to confront it and heal it. You know? So we can get out of this always looking elsewhere and totally ignoring all the magic that is offered to you, all around you, all the love that is around you all the time. In one of my previous videos, I was talking about how I've started paying more attention to everything that happens. And one of the examples I said was even my relationship with my cat, which sounds funny, but like, it's important to focus on the things that are love instead of all the things that are not love. We have to figure out what the things are in our life that are love and become attuned to it so we can bring more of that in. She's even touching this cup of magic. She's just touching it, but she just refuses to accept it. I guess I'll close with this. There was a conversation that I had with one of my brothers. Feels like quite a long time ago. I'm not sure exactly when, but I was basically explaining to him that it's important to acknowledge the good and the bad parts of you. Like, I feel like people who don't acknowledge the dark parts of themselves are the people who act in ways that are the most harmful. Like, because they just kind of have this attitude of like, I would never do that. But I mean, the truth is that, at least in my opinion, I feel like every person is capable of every single thing that humans are capable of. And I feel like people hear that and they're just like, no, I would never. And I feel like that, like, not acknowledging that we're made up of the good and the bad. Like, only until you acknowledge that can you just be free to be who you are, because you just acknowledge that there's good and there's bad in me. It like frees you. People can't be all good and people can't be all bad. You know? Like, we're all of it. And it's the ones who suppress either side that I feel like whatever side they're suppressing eventually comes out in other ways. Like, even on the other side, somebody who acts all like big and tough and just doesn't care about anything and just, you know, I feel like you get glimpses of, like, the fact that they're not that. They're not just that. There's another side to them. But I think the most damaging type of person are the people who say they're all good. All good. They would never do this. They would never do that. I wouldn't think of doing that. It's like, that's dangerous. People who are like that are dangerous because that energy that they're suppressing is coming out in other ways. And It's important that we figure out what those things are. I feel like most of us already know deep down, but we just refuse to look at it, refuse to acknowledge it. And it's not until we decide enough is enough. Get me the hell out of here. Please. I've had enough. Look at her face. She's had enough. She's done. She's done with this. She's done being unhappy, being unsatisfied, always looking for the next thing. She's done. She's had enough. It's time to face yourself. It's time to accept all parts of you, the good, the bad. And it's not easy. And just so you know, I feel like it goes without saying that I know I'm making videos and stuff. The spiritual journey is a very personal journey. I feel like this is important to say. Like, it's a very personal journey. So when I talk about confronting and confronting yourself and bringing things to light and like acknowledging good and bad, whatever, I'm not talking about having to go and tell everybody, shout it from the rooftops, or, like, this is something that can be done right here, right now. Totally by yourself. Going within. Like, I feel like the spiritual journey is very personal. But as long as you are doing the work, the inner work, like, you're gonna see big changes in your life. It's gonna happen. It has to happen. If you start bringing all this stuff up and choosing to heal and accept parts of you, all of you, embracing who you really are, faults and all, God knows I have plenty. I have plenty, but I used to be really hard on myself about those. And there's moments that things come up, but now that I've acknowledged it, I don't just push it down. When things come up for me, I look at it, I'm like, okay, here we go again, Jennifer, have your moment. Have your moment, and then we'll come back to it. And then I have my moment completely alone. I don't project it on the people around me. I just go through it emotionally while fully aware of what it is that's going on and why it's going on. And then once the emotions dissipate, it's like I just kind of it's like I got me. That's what it is. It's bringing it up. It's feeling the emotions. And then it's just like, okay, we're good. Made it through. It's a lot of patting yourself on the back, on the shoulder, and letting you know bro, like I do this a lot when I'm having a moment. Just breathe. I just breathe through it, having a moment, put my hand on my heart, because it feels like a really loving gesture to myself. It's like, I got me, you know? Feel the feelings, and then once the feelings dissipate, it's like reflection time. Integration time. Evolving time. New perspective time. You know? So going from dissatisfied, always looking for the next, even when love is right in front of you, it's being offered right to you, and you just walk away, looking for the next best thing. But eventually you're going to reach a point where enough is enough. It's time to leave the troubled waters. And the only way to do that is to go within and confront your darkness and turn it into light. Strength card is at the bottom. All of this work takes a lot of strength. It's not easy. It's not easy at all, and anybody who tells you it is lying. But doesn't everybody want to feel better at the end of the day? I know I do. There was a long time where I just felt not okay. And it wasn't until I started doing the inner work that I started feeling okay. Started feeling better and better and better and better. And once I realized, like, at the end of the day, I have my own back, that I love myself enough to sit with myself in times that I am maybe struggling. That meant a lot to me when I figured that out. Like, I felt like I was always looking. Where's that card? I felt like I was always looking for outside people and things. Like, I was so unhappy, and I was looking for people outside of me to somehow make that better. And that's just not the way it works. So when I realized, like, it's me, I have to be that person. And I can be that person when I'm having a hard time. And in turn, that makes me available to be, now that I know what I need, I can make myself available to those around me who may also need support. You know? At the end of the day, though, it's you. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you've got you. All right. I think that's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys have a good day, wherever you are. You're not alone. There's a lot of people in the world who I feel like there's more and more people who are starting to do this work, to turn things around. So it may feel like you're alone, but you're not ever alone. We're all connected at the end of the day. All right. Bye.